Hello, my friends and foes. Today we're going to be tackling a topic that is a point of struggle for a lot of painters out there, and that's painting white. So we're going to make it easy. Let's dive right into it. So for today's paint job, I got my filthy mitts on the This Is Some Rescue Squad pack from Star Wars Shatterpoint, which I was mega excited to get, and there were some May the 4th deals going on, so I spent too much money. But anyway, I was very excited for this set because it is the classic with Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Leia and Chewie when they're trying to save her from Darth Vader and in the Stormtrooper uniforms there. So anyway, I'm excited for this. You should play Shatterpoint if you haven't yet. It's an amazing game. We have this model, and just to prove how easy painting white can be, I did a black primer. If you want to paint white, you can do gray. I do not recommend doing white primer because that is the biggest issue. Honestly, this whole video could be summed up in like 2 sentences by just saying, to paint white, don't use white paint. Paint gray. As you can see this, as I'm painting this Luke, really we're just dry brushing gray. I used my Pro Acryl dark neutral gray and light neutral gray and just blended it up from dark to light with dry brushes to really exaggerate how easy it is. The big thing to remember though, there is white on the model, but you save the actual white for the very edge highlighty tips of whatever you're painting. Like on this model, you know, the top part of the chest, the top of the shoulders, you know, the top of the arm, that sort of thing. If you come back to me, you could see even on my shirt here, right? I'm wearing a beautiful white Skeleton Seed shirt. Great game, by the way. With this, now here's the thing. Now here's the part where you need to wrap your head around painting white. This is a white shirt. The only part that I would say is actually white is this shoulder right here, because I got these bright lights on me, right? This is where the light is coming from. This is where you would edge highlight me if you were painting. Then if you go along the other areas of the shirt, like on this side, this is shades of gray. If you really want to get technical, it is reflecting the colors that are around it from my skin tone, the walls, even like the red lights behind me if it reaches this far. White's super reflective. So nothing is ever pure white unless it is the brightest focal point of the light. And that's where a lot of people have issue. They say, I want to paint white, so I use white. And they also use garbage Games Workshop white. Use the Pro Acryl bold titanium white. It's fantastic. But you still shouldn't paint with just that, right? By building this up, there's a bunch of ways you could do it, but just to do pure neutral white, building up from the dark grays into the light gray, right? That makes this part right here, and then you edge highlight with the white. It's really that easy. It sounds like I'm lying. It sounds like I'm cheating. But let's look back at Luke. This is literally all I did for this model. I dry brushed dark gray to light gray, and then put on a little white where the light would be hitting. That's it. Then I cleaned up the little joints in the black parts of the Stormtrooper armor. That's it. White is easy, guys. Now, if you really want to get really fancy and try to go off of bounce reflections, like bounce lighting and that sort of thing, you could get more advanced and do the lighting off the ground and that sort of cool thing. But yeah, just for basic white, just use gray. That's it. That's the whole trick. But anyway, on stream I finished the rest of this model, so let's go to the spinny shots. And we are back with Mr. Luke Skywalker himself. And I am hyped on this model. If you guys haven't played Shatterpoint yet, it's amazing. Super, super fun game. And they are a bigger scale than Games Workshop, which I think is very fun. It gives it a more of a space, and they're not as complicated and like overly complicated as some Games Workshop models, even though I love them too. These ones have a little bit more room to breathe, and you could play with blends and play with colors and do some cool stuff with it. But anyway, if you want to hang out with me while I paint whatever my current hyperfixation is, make sure to give me a follow at twitch.tv/drinkyourpaintwaterlive, where I'm painting at least 3 days a week. My schedule has been a bit all over the place, but it is always at least 3 days a week. So the link for that will be in the description. And stay tuned, because I recently acquired all of the Chaos armies. So that'll be fun. I'll see you guys in the next one.